In the Mouth of Madness is in many ways the pinnacle of Carpenter's work as a filmmaker. I love this movie dearly. I think it's one of the best examples of good characterization, excellent special effects, an interesting idea behind the screenplay, and a well-told story, and it's all compressed into a very exciting 90 minutes. And then there is cameos from some great supporting actors, from Peter Jason to Charlton Heston, but I'd like to focus on Julie Carmen and Sam Neill together. It's probably my favorite tandem from a Carpenter movie, and there are some great tandems in John Carpenter's films. I just think they did such a fantastic job. They were given interesting dialogue. I think some of the most quotable lines in Carpenter's movies are to be found in The Mouth of Madness. I think this movie is just a triumph, really, and I can't get enough of it. There are so many details to it which make it enjoyable on repeat viewings, and you pick up on certain elements you may not have noticed the first time around or the previous time. And it's also nice to see some interesting character actors pop up, like Viggo from Ghostbusters 2. Wilhelm von Homburg shows up in a brief role as one of like disgruntled small town posse of gun-wielding redneck locals, so that's really cool to see him. There is a whole gallery of supporting actors in the Mouth of Madness, which is just great to see them all. And the way the movie begins, John Carpenter doesn't have the tendency to skip the opening credits. Throughout the 90s, when this film came out, the whole opening credits thing was already on its way out. The movies would usually roll just the closing credits, and there might be just a title coming up in the beginning. But with Carpenter films, he seems to have stuck to that more traditional way of opening the movie, and some of the coolest montages opens in The Mouth of Madness, where we see these paperback novels being cut and put together and then loaded onto a pallet. So we see these mass-produced paperbacks with colorful artwork. And In the Mouth of Madness is a movie about madness and creativity and how the two are inseparable. And the interesting thing is the leading character, this John Trent. He's an asshole. He's a smart guy. He knows he's clever. He doesn't believe in anything. He's incredibly disillusioned, but he's not the guy you really can say that he's a nice person. He totally isn't. And throughout the movie, he gets kind of punished basically for that. Because in the best Lovecraft tradition, we take this guy who only believes in things he can touch and enumerate, and then he's plunged into this slimy kind of parallel dimension where none of that reality seems to apply, and we see him basically unravel and lose his marbles, hence the title, In the Mouth of Madness. It's a great setup for a movie, and this interplay between this there is the villain played by Jürgen Prochnow, who's this jobbing German actor who's been in so many mid-budget and small-budget international productions. And there is that great tension between this mad genius, Sutter Kane, and Trent. And basically, Sutter Kane seems to be toying with Trent and slowly showing him the extent of his powers. It's just such a multi-layered narrative. You can even find the screenplay of In the Mouth of Madness online. You can download it, you can read it, you can see the small differences between the movie and the script, but there is so much goodness in the screenplay. I think John Carpenter really got excellent material to work from here, and this is why the film has stood the test of time so well, and I think it's has gained enough fans by now, and I just can't help but admire this movie, because to come out with such an original film, as such a well-made movie in 1994, when horror was more or less dead and sterile, I just think it's a great achievement. And I had to include at least one John Carpenter in my 31 Days of Horror, right? So thanks a lot for sticking around, guys. It's been a hell of a ride. Some of it has been frustrating for me. I don't know about you. Some of the movies I picked were definitely not the right ones for me. But some of your comments kept me going, and I just appreciate it. This was my first 31 Days of Horror. Thanks a lot for sticking around, and have a great Halloween, right? Have an awesome Halloween, everyone.